Hey girl, hey guys, it's your girl Tati here. Welcome to my channel.
2 hours later.
Hey guys, it's your girl Tati here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today I have a very special video planned because I'm going to be putting you guys on game, dropping some knowledge on the college application process. So if you are a senior or a junior, or just whatever, you're in high school, it's never too early to start thinking about it and preparing. So I'm going to give you guys some tips and advice that I have from experience, from myself, that other people have said. So before I get into that, please do me a big favor and like, comment, and subscribe. But anyways, let's get straight into it. Okay guys, I got my handy dandy notepad, my iced coffee that is almost gone, but I just want to make sure I don't forget anything. But number one, this is something that obviously you're gonna hear all the time. Like, this isn't a rare secret piece of advice because you'll hear it from everyone. It is to not procrastinate. I know it's hard, I really do. Like, I feel like everyone is a procrastinator, and if you're not, you're lucky and I envy you. But it seems like you have so much time to do things. Like, you'll have your essay, or the application for a school will be due in like 2 months. You'll be like, it's cool, like I got it. That's a lot of time. I'm telling you, it goes by so fast, so fast. People tell you senior year goes by fast. Like, I heard that as a junior and I was like, bro, everybody's being dramatic. Like, why does everyone say that? They're probably being extra. No. And then I lived my senior year and I was like, wait, they had points. Like, they were not lying. But so with that being said, like, you just have to just start getting it done, because if you don't, then you're going to be stressed about it later and it's just going to all build up and you're going to get stressed, because applying for colleges is already stressful. So just don't make it harder on yourself by doing essays the night before, because you also want the quality of things to be good. So you want, like, with an essay, I would say write it, review it a few times, like have counselor or teacher or parent or whoever like read it, and then work on it again, revise it, make sure it's perfect. Don't just do it the night before and submit it, because you want it to be good. You want to, stand out. So that is my number one tip. Okay, next tip, number two, is to try your hardest to tour schools. I know it's not the easiest thing to do, especially if you want to like go somewhere across the country, or you want to apply to 10 schools. It's money adds up trying to travel or whatever, touring different schools. But definitely, like, maybe your top 3, I would definitely advise you to tour, because I toured my top 4. And I toured Howard, NCANT, FSU, and FAMU. And I loved them all. Like, I toured Hampton as well. And see, like, I don't know, like, when I toured Hampton, I just didn't quite like it. And if I didn't tour it, then I would have never known that. I would have just, go from research, and I probably would have liked it more. But just seeing it in person gives you that experience, and you see how student life is. You see what the campus looks like. That's obviously plays another role. And to be honest, the thing that made me like know where I was going was me touring. Like, I came to FAM and I just knew. I was like, this is home. Like, I can see myself here tomorrow. I was like, I'm ready to come here. And I think that was the last school I toured to, and I loved it. That was when I fell in love, and that's really what set it apart from everything else. It was just the energy. It wasn't even necessarily like the campus itself. It wasn't like, oh, I like this campus the best. It was just the vibe. Like, I'm not even trying to be corny, the vibe, but it's just you'll know. I feel like people have told me this too, and I was just like, okay, I didn't really believe it. Like, people tell you, you know, when you go to the school that you're gonna know, like, okay, this is the school for me. And I mean, that might not be true for everyone, but it was definitely true for me. So definitely try your hardest to tour schools. Tip number 3, it's not like as important in my opinion. I mean, I didn't do it, but I probably should have done it more. But it's to reach out to schools. Like, if something's going on with your application, you know, if there's any kind of troubles you're having, like, don't be scared to reach out. And it seems intimidating, and that's why I didn't do it that much, because I was like scared. I was like, oh, they're probably like, I don't know. But it's fine. Like, email them, call them, whatever. You know, if you're waiting back on a decision, if decisions came out and you're still waiting on yours, like, just shoot them an email, shoot them a call, and it'll probably just be it'll probably just be a simple mistake. So definitely reach out to schools if you have any questions, or, you know, even sports. If you do sports, reach out to the coaches, reach out to your major. Like, I know I had a conversation when I toured one of my schools. I had a conversation with the department chair, or like the head of the marketing major, and, you know, he gave me really good information about their program. He gave me his card and, you know, said reach out if you have any questions. So really just don't be scared, and don't be hesitant to reach out if you need to. And also reaching out, especially like if, you know, you want to do sports, or like I said with the head of the department, you know, anything like that, is gonna set you aside from other people. If they see that you're reaching out, then they'll see that you're really interested in their school, and that can set you out from the next person, you know, who never really reached out, never responded to emails, never opened emails, anything like that. So definitely don't be scared to reach out. Okay, number 4 is just be proactive. The college process, you know, applying, it can be stressful, and, you know, it's stressful at times, but I had so much fun with it. Like, I was so excited to just see different schools, learn about different schools, and really see what was best for me. Because at the end of the day, you're spending the next 4, or, you know, you're spending, you know, this is the next step, this is the next chapter in your life. So you want it to, you know, you want to be excited about where you're going, and just stay on top of what you have to do. Like, be engaged in the process. Don't just like halfway do it and just be like, oh, I don't really care, I'm just applying, I'm just, you know, like, make it fun, because it can be stressful. So don't take it too seriously. Like, have some fun with it, and just be on top of it. Be on top of your due dates and deadlines, and do your lookout. What am I trying to say? Yeah, just be proactive. Okay, guys, so number 5 is also one of the most important tips, and it is just to do your research. Like, don't just apply to a school and you're like, oh, I know nothing about it. Or, I know with me, like, 2 of the schools I applied to, I was just like, oh, they're good schools, so I'm just gonna apply because I heard they're good, you know, they're popular, whatever, blah blah blah. Definitely do your research on schools. Figure out about their major, and, you know, what you want to do, you know, your career. Definitely see how that school can help you achieve what you have to achieve. I know my school that I go to now didn't have marketing, which I wanted to apply. I wanted to major in marketing, and they didn't have that. So at first that kind of turned me off, but then I looked into it and I researched the curriculum, and now I take business administration, which, you know, I feel like will still set me on track to do marketing. The curriculum told me the classes that I'll be taking, and I will be taking things in regards to marketing. So just, you know, do your research, stay on top of it. I literally watched YouTube videos. That's all I used to do, just watch videos on each school, even if it was just stupid stuff. Like, I was just so interested, and I wanted to know more about the schools that I was applying to. So definitely do your research. It's very important. And also don't just research like good things about a school. Research things that may not be you know, things, cons that they might have about the school, because you don't want to just be so intrigued and be, oh my gosh, the school is perfect, which it can be. There can be schools that are perfect in, you know, in your head, but definitely know, okay, I like this school, but maybe this part of the school isn't as good, or whatever the case may be. Just don't be too, do your research. Tip number 6 is to just be open-minded and be open to change, because when I first started like researching schools and looking into the college process, I was set on one school. I was like, this is where I want to go for like a whole, like my whole junior year maybe. I was like, this is where I want to go, I'm not changing my mind. And people were like, you might change your mind, and I was like, no. But I ended up doing more research and figuring out, okay, maybe these things about this school aren't for me. I was like, I'm still gonna apply. I still like the school, and there's still a chance that I might go there, but I'm gonna look at my other options as well. I'm gonna weigh out my other options, because you never know. Because I changed my mind about, like, first I was set on one school, then I was like, okay, it's between these two schools, and then I ended up choosing FAMU, which wasn't always on my radar at first, and I wasn't expecting to come here at all. And then look, now I love it. Now it was for me. I was like, this is where I want to go. So just be open. And also, like, I definitely wanted to come to a HBCU. So my like top 4, my top 3 schools were HBCUs, but I also applied to 3 HBCUs and 3 PWIs. So I wasn't like too set on HBCUs where I wasn't gonna, you know, be open to other things too. So I just kept my options open and was open-minded, and it really helps, because if you're just closed-minded and stuck on one thing, then you won't get the most out of the experience, and you won't get, like, you just won't get as many opportunities as you could have gotten if you were open-minded. So, and it's okay to change your mind. I know it seems like so scary to be indecisive about something, but it's really okay. Like, it's college. This is where you're going to spend the next 4 years of your life. It's okay to have questions and doubts and I was stressed for one point. Like, I was torn between 2 schools, and I was like, okay, what is best for me? Like, which one do I want to choose? Because I would hate to choose the wrong one and then not like it or whatever. So it's okay. Just take your time, explore your options, and yeah, just have an open mind. Have an open mind. Very important. Okay, tip number 7 is to weigh the pros and cons of each school. I kind of said this before, not to just always focus on like the positive of each school, because you have to know, what do they say, the good, bad, and the ugly, or something. You have to know, you know. So just ask people who go there, research. I know I used to watch videos about like, oh, why I left such and like why I left this school, why I transferred out, and sometimes it wasn't even like, oh my gosh, it's a bad school. It was just like, it wasn't for me, you know, or maybe like their program that I was in, their major for me wasn't the best fit, you know, whatever the case may be. And I know when I was really when time was dwindling down, it was almost time for me to choose, I was torn, you know. I was definitely trying to weigh out my options to the best ability that I could. I don't know if I'm making sense, but I literally, my friends used to laugh at me because I literally pulled out a notebook in the middle of school one day and was like, pros, like, it was between 2 schools. And I listed the pros and I listed the cons. And then I saw that FAMU had way less cons and way more pros to me, in my opinion. So I was like, okay, this is the school for me, and it really helps. And you have to know, like, there was, like I said, there was like some cons about the school that I ended up choosing, and, you know, not every school is gonna be like perfect. I mean, it can be, but there's things about it that may not be, I don't know, but y'all get what I'm trying to say, hopefully. But you can't just focus on just the good of one school, and you can't focus on like just the bad of it. You have to weigh out both and really decide, okay, like, because there's some schools where the cons can just overweigh the pros. Like, there might be one con that you just can't get over. That's like, I can't. And yeah, with fam, there was like not two pros. There was like two cons, and I was like, they don't bother me that much. I can live with that. I'm fine with it, and yeah, and it helped me make my decision. So definitely just weigh your options and really figure out, okay, get into the nitty gritty and be like, okay, what is best for me? Yeah, that's on period. Tip number 8 is to be realistic. I'm definitely not by any means saying don't apply to Ivies, you can't get it. I'm not saying that at all. Be confident and, really have high goals for yourself, of course. But I wouldn't say apply to all schools that are crazy hard to get into. Like, at least, have a few safety net. I think that's what it's called, safety nets, like, to fall into in case the other ones don't work. So I wouldn't say, and some people apply to one school and they're like, that's where I'm going, or, and it could be crazy hard to get into. So worst case scenario, if you don't get in, then what, so just be realistic. Definitely have goals for yourself and definitely be confident. But, some schools, I definitely had schools where I was like, okay, like, I don't know if I'll get in. But I'm still going to try, definitely. But I have to have ones that I'm more confident that I'll get into. So just in case, I have that backup plan. And I know with my school, we had this thing where we could, like, measure, okay, this school you have high chance of getting into. This one's like 50-50, and this one's like a reach school. Most of the ones I was applying for, I had good chances of getting into, but there were like 2 or 3 that were like 50-50. So yeah, definitely just be open to that. I used to look up, they have acceptance rates to show, like, just how hard a school is to get into, or, whatever the case may be. Number 9 also ties into number 8, but it's just don't put all your eggs in one basket. Like I said, I know people who are like, I applied to one school, and if I don't get in, then I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, they were so set on one school for like their whole lives, and it's sad to say, but then there's people who just don't end up getting in, and then they're just lost. Like, they don't know what to do now. So you just have to, I also wouldn't say apply to too many schools, because if you're applying to like over 10, I mean, you can, but it's just a lot. It is a lot to take on. So there is like a good range to apply. Just ask, like, I know our counselors said, like, I applied to 7, and they say like 7's a good number, 5, but anything over 10, that's a lot. I'm not gonna lie. But also don't apply to like 2 schools. Like, I would just say, don't put all your eggs in one basket, if that makes sense. Okay, last but not least, everyone's process is different. You have to remember that. There's people who can be applying to, Ivies. There can be people who want to go to community college, and everything, it's fine either way. So you just have to know that you're different from everyone else. You don't have to feel pressured to apply to certain schools because it's what other people are doing, or it's because what people want you to do. Like, at the end of the day, this is your life. Like, it's you living it. So you have to do what's best for you. At the end of the day, it's definitely good to, I'm not just saying like, oh, just be crazy independent and do everything on your own, because it's okay to, take advice from other people. Even if you're like, hey, like, what do you think of these schools? It's okay to take other people's opinions, especially if it's like family, friends, teachers, whatever. Like, it's okay to take advice and hear other people think, but definitely, like, don't let that 100% drive your decision. Do what's best for you at the end of the day, because I know I kind of felt like, oh, what if people don't think this is the best school for me? What if people have something to say, like, blah blah? Because some people can be like, oh, well, why'd you choose that school over this school? Like, this school's much better, blah blah. And it's like, this is your choice. You have to pick what's best for you. And also another, oh my gosh, y'all, this goes along with, this is like still the same tip, but dang, y'all got so excited, I forgot what I was about to say. Oh, there are a lot of people who just want to go to schools because it's a big name, it's big, it's a big school, it's obviously a great school, but they just want to go just because it has a big name for itself and it's popular, blah blah. But literally go where you want to go. A small school can be good for you. You don't have to go to a huge school with a big football team. Like, if that's what you want, perfect. But if it's not what you want, that's okay, because it's okay. It's your life, like I keep saying. Yeah, don't go somewhere just because your friend's going there. Like, don't make that the only reason. Just your heart at the end of the day and really choose what is best for you. Because are your parents going to school? Like, no, that time passed for them. They already went to school, if they went to school, whatever. But this is your life. You're the one going to this school for the next 4 years. So you need to pick what what feels best for you. And I mean, obviously there's going to be different influences, different factors, but you just have to go with your gut, and you just have to go with what is best for you, because you're the one living, you're the one going to this school, like, not anybody else. So just keep that in mind. Okay guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope you guys found it helpful, and if you are a upcoming junior or senior or whatever you may be, I wish you guys good luck in your college process, because it can be stressful. But please just remember to have fun and be excited, because the next 4 years of your life, and I promise it is worth it in the end. So thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more content. Bye guys.